Welcome to another tutorial Cabrits, and here in this video we are going to learn about how to design this church flyer you are seeing right here in Photoshop. So we are going to start from creating the background for this design. From there we are going to add the man of God to the design and add the necessary details to the design as well, and from there we are going to finalize everything by making it attractive. So please, without wasting much time, kindly go down into the description to download the resources needed to design this flyer, and let's get started. Welcome back to Photoshop, guys, and here we are going to start by creating our work page for our design. So I'll come up here to file, click on new, and here in the new document page I'm going to take A4. So I'll come up here to print and locate A4. So for those of us that do not know the settings for A4, this is it, just showing you the settings, and always make sure it is on portrait orientation and we are good to go. So I hit on create because we are actually done. So this is our work page we are going to work on. We are going to start by creating our gradient for our background, okay, and I already have my foreground colors here that is containing the gradient colors. So let's get it started. So this is it. So I'll come up here to this create new field. Let me hit it again, this create new field, and click on gradient. So this is our gradient field, so you're going to set it. Please note this setting, style on linear, and we are good to go. Okay, hit on gradient and we are inside. So we are going to first remove the transparency, so click and drag to the top to remove that transparency, and take the left slider right there and click inside the color. So this is it. Since I already have my foreground colors right there, I'll just sample them on the page, and this is the deep code we are going with. So I'll hit OK and take the right slider just like that. So I'm distorting the colors just to sample this color for you guys to see. This is the color code and we are good to go. All right, guys, so from here you can click and drag to the top just to make the deeper part feel more on the page, just as I am doing, and we are good. From here I'll click OK because we are actually done. So from there I'll just go to file and place embedded. I've already located my resources, so I'm going to bring in this green texture onto the page and we are good. So this is it. I will enlarge it to fit to the page just as you're seeing it. From there I'll give it a blend mode so that it blends with the background. Okay, so I'll go into my blend modes and just give it a very nice blending mode, which is overlay, and this is what we are getting for our design, and this is cool. Okay, from there I'll just go to my resources again, okay, to bring in this background image. So I'll go to file and place embedded as usual and bring in this palace image. I actually named them myself, so kindly forgive me for that. Okay, so this is it. Make sure you fit it to the top of the page and enlarge it, not to get to the bottom of the page, but something close to the bottom of the page, and this is what we are having. From there I'll put blend mode on something cool, okay, that blends with the background, and overlay we are going with. Okay, so that's it. From there I'll just go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. I always blur it out just to make it not real, okay, just to blur it out a bit more. So I'm going to show you how it is working. So this is the before and this will be the after. So that's it, just to get rid of the sharpness on the image. That's it. Okay, from there we're going to brush off the sharp edge on the image. So I'll give it a layer mask and take the gradient tool. I'm going to set the gradient back to black and white, the basic colors like that, and grade it from the bottom on the image we just imported, which is the palace image, and that's it, just as you see it, just to get rid of the sharp edge at the bottom. So that's the more like the before and the after, and we are good to go. All right, guys, from there I'll create a new layer and come to my tools and take my brush tool. Okay, kindly forgive me for how my brush tool is going to appear because my recorder isn't giving me the brush settings. I hope to get a new device soon so that I can download a very nice recorder, but then just showing you the settings, okay, you need, and we are good. So this is it. I'm just taking the deep code, which is the deep green, okay, just as we made for the gradient, and all I'm going to do is to brush on the new layer. Okay, so there's it. I'm just brushing on the top sides, okay, just as you're seeing it. So that's it. So the dark shades I'm creating with the brush, okay, just as you're seeing it. So that's it, just not to create any confusion. So when you create and you think it is too dark, you can as well reduce the opacity, okay, just to make it light, just as I am doing mine. And we don't want it all that deep, okay, so this is there for a reason, okay, and I'll show you the reason. Okay, guys, so that's it, and from there I'll go to file and place embedded to bring in this background image, which is where are you? So there's spotlight. Okay, so there's a spotlight image. I'll bring it onto our page, and this is it. I'll move it to the top of the page and enlarge it a bit more just to get it like that. So with the lights at the corners, okay, the top right and left corners, okay, of the page, just as you're seeing it. And this is way cool. From there I'll put blend mode on, a blend mode that will make it pop out, which is color dodge. Okay guys, so we're having color dodge set, and we are going to brush off some edges. So I'll give it a layer mask and take the brush tool and just showing you the brush settings. Okay, as usual, hardness should always be on 0%, okay, for a soft brush like that. Okay, so that's it. From there I just brush off the sharp edge at the bottom of the image and somewhere between at the center where the lights are coming from, just as you're seeing it. So this is it, and this is what we are having. So this is more like the before and the after. So that's it. So this is the reason for the shade we just created. So that's it, just as you saw. And yeah, it is there to make the spotlight image pop out nice on the page. Okay guys, so I'm going to bring in this image. So this image is to create some scratchy effect on our page, and it is way cool. So enlarge it to something like this. From there I'm going to put it on a blend mode that will make it pop out nice into the greens like that, and color dodge is a suitable one, and so we're going with color dodge. So that's it. So I'm just arranging it to my liking, and cool. So that's it. From there I'll just give it a layer mask and brush off the sharp edge and some parts I do not want on the lights, okay, spotlight, where the lights are actually coming from. So that's it. So this is what we are having. From there you can give it a duplicate, okay, just to make it deep, okay, yeah, and nice, okay, more scratchy like that. So all I'm going to do is to create a duplicate of this guy, okay, and after creating the duplicate, it is too deep, so we do not want it that way, and you just have to reduce opacity just to make it nice on the page, and this is way cool. All right guys, so this is more about how to create the scratchy effect on the page. From there I'll just go into the resources and bring in this roller image, and this is it. This is a roller image. I'll take down, and yeah, from there I'll put blend mode on, a nice blend mode that will make it pop out nice to my liking. Okay, so upon all I just chose luminosity, and luminosity it is. So this is it. I'll just position it somewhere to the top like that, and let me reduce it a bit more, and this is way cool. From there I'll give it a layer mask and take my brush tool. So I'll brush around it, just brushing around it, and make sure you don't brush on the ball like image right there. Okay, make sure you don't brush into it to just don't spoil the brightness of the ball like that. Okay, so that's it. Just you can as well bring back any mistake you brush, okay, with a white foreground color, just as you are seeing it. So that's it. This is how you create the roller image or the background onto your page like that. So I actually wanted to bring this image, but then I don't want to confuse you, so we are going to continue with the addition of the man of God, okay, but then that image will come in, but not now. Okay, so let's box on. I'm just grouping all of the background images and the gradient colors and naming it the background. So this is our background for our work, and so easy. From there we are going to import the men of God, and we are going to add them, arrange them, add their effects onto them like that. So this is a bringing this first man of God and position him right on the roller or the light ball behind it like that, just as you're seeing it, and give it a layer mask and take your brush tool. So here I'm just going to show you my brush settings as usual. Okay, so this is it. Just make sure opacity and flow are on 100% and take the foreground color black. So we are going to brush off the sharp edge at the bottom of this man of God, just as you are seeing it. So this is way Cool. From there, I'll just go to file and place embedded. And I'm going to do this last man of God with you and leave you to do the rest of the men of God. And if you find any difficulty in arranging the men of God, I have a video that will pop up right on the cards up there. Okay, that will help you. It will help you know how to arrange the men of God. And also, I dive deep into designing another church flyer right up there. So check it out if you find any difficulties. So I'm brushing off the sharp edge just as you're seeing it, and I'll send its layer down below. Oops, not that. I'll send its layer down below that of the first man of God, and this is it, and hide him right behind the first man of God. So this is all about it, and I'll bring in the other men of God and arrange them onto the page with the same procedure. Okay guys, see you right up. Welcome guys, and this is the arrangement of the men of God, and very nice on the page like that. From there we are going to add the effects to them. So I'm going to take this first man of God, which is the bigger one. Okay, and let's start. I'll go to filter and camera raw filter, and this I do for all the men of God just to get them looking sexy, nice and sharp and attractive and everything. So that's it. Just make sure you play along with these features right here in the camera raw, and make sure your attention is always on the texture and the clarity, just as I am doing, just to make it sharp and sexy, nice, attractive like that. Okay, make sure you don't give it too much sharpness. Okay, like the clarity shouldn't be too much, and you'll be good. So that's it. So this is for the first man of God, and I will apply the same effect to the rest of the men of God. And if you find any difficulty, you can visit my other videos, okay, which I did it in full, okay, to help you. So yeah, that's it. So welcome back guys. Just group the whole of the men of God, okay, after adding the effects. Okay, from there you take your ellipse tool and create this nice circle on the page like that. It is black, we do not want it black, so I'll double click in the tab though and give it this green but then a bit light. So yeah, this is the code I'm settling with. I'll hit OK because we're actually done, and here I'll go to FX and blending option. I'm going to give it this fainted stroke onto it. So I'll just take stroke right here in the layer style and increase the size of the stroke just as you are seeing it. So this is it. From there all I'll do is to reduce the opacity. Okay, that's it. Make sure the position is on outwards, okay, and we'll be good. So that's it. Just reduce the opacity. I reduce mine to 10%, and this is way cool. All right guys, so that's it. So this is the bed of God and the fainted stroke ellipse like that. Okay guys, let's box on. From there I'll bring you this image. As I said, I did not want to confuse you in the beginning as we were about to bring this. So all I'm going to do is to change the mode of this. So I'll flip horizontal like that just to get it the other way like that, and reduce the size. Something like this is cool, just like this. Okay, so this is it. From there all I'll do is to make it pop out. Okay, and I'll do that with a blend mode. So I'll just give it a blend mode of just searching. Okay, so we are having a big problem here, and this is because it is on the men of God. So we actually want it right on top of the background. So I'll send it right below all of the men of God like this, and position it somewhere cool like this. Okay, so this is okay. Let me see. All right, just positioning it like that, and we are good to go. From there I'll just come to the blend mode, and just that we have color dodge popping out nice on our page. I'll just increase it a bit more, just like that. You can also make a duplicate just to make it deep, okay, to your liking. But then in this tutorial, this is way cool. From there you give it a layer mask and take your brush tool and brush off the sharp edges, because it is definitely going to have a sharp edge. That's it. From there you make a duplicate and position it the other way, and you're good. Just making adjustment and managing the page. This is okay. Yeah, we are done. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay guys, so from there I'll take my ellipse tool again. I'll create this nice ellipse on the page. It is black. I think I have to change the color of the settings. Okay, so that's it. So it is black, and I'll just enlarge it like that. So we're going to use this ellipse to create this nice light behind all of the men of God. So I'll give it this green color like that. Okay, from there I'll send it below all of the men of God so that you see what is going to happen, and I'll bring it back to all of the men of God and close this ellipse like that. From there I'll go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur like that. Okay, and yeah, here in the Gaussian blur I'll just increase the radius, okay, just to make it blur enough. Something about 150 is cool, intact. All right guys, so that's it. I'll hit OK because we are actually done, and I'll send it right below all of the men of God to create the light from the bottom, not the bottom, behind the man of God, just as you're seeing it. So I'm moving to the sides with the arrow keys on my keyboard from my side. So yeah, this is way cool, and that's what we're having. So that's it. That's it. I'll group all of the lights, okay, we actually just created, okay, and name it background lights. And this sounds interesting. Yeah, background lights. Yep, let's box on, guys. So all we are going to do from here is to add the church name to our design. Okay, I just brought the ellipse, we close the eye off, back again, and that's what you're seeing it right there. Okay, so we are going to start by bringing in the logo, our church logo from our resources. So I'll bring in this church logo, which we have it right there. It is too kind of deep, and this is not the color we want, but let me position it right at the top of the page and change the color very soon. Okay, so this is it. This is the church logo. From there I'll go to FX and blending option and just change the color with color overlay like that. I'll just click inside the color and give it a white color like that. I'll hit OK because we're actually done, and from here I'll take my horizontal type 2. Okay, so this is the horizontal type 2. I'll just reduce the size because I do not want it all that big, so I'll just reduce the size, and like that I'll type in the church name with the font Bastro. Okay, I just typed in with the font Bastro. Okay, just so you know. All right guys, so that's it. I'm just positioning it so that it be in alignment with the logo like that, well centered. From there I'll just take my type 2 again, horizontal type 2, and change the font, okay, to some stylish font. Okay, so that's it. Let's go. So I'm just going to take brush script MT. So this is it. I'm going to type in the presents. Okay, so yeah, let's go. Okay, so all I'm going to do from here is to change the color to green because I actually wanted everything greenish on the page like that. So that's my choice, like that. You can actually give it a different color. So I'll increase the spread with a VA and increase the size a little bit more, just as you're seeing it. So this is way cool. From there I'll make sure it is well centered and in alignment with the logo and the church name like that. That's it. That's all about the church name, and I'll just group them, okay, just as usual to make it easy to identify. But before that I'll just enlarge it a bit. I just enlarged it just as you're seeing it. So yeah, let me group all of them and name it church name. So that's it. Let's box on, guys. So what we're going to do from here is to add the rest of the details to our page. Okay, so we'll come to our tools and take the horizontal type 2. Okay, so we're going to type this text. Okay, so I'm just increasing the size of the text like this. Okay, I'm going to type in with the font Bastro. Okay, so this is it, just as you're seeing it. I'll go to edit and free transform like this and enlarge it. Okay, just like that. Okay, just as you're seeing it. So yeah, always make sure it is well centered, okay, onto the page like that, just as I am doing. Okay, just like that, and it is way cool. All right guys, so this is it. From there I'm going to change the color. Okay, so let me see. So I've just set it some yellow color for this guy. I'll show you the code when I'm done. Okay, so yeah, a bit more to the top like this is cool. So that is the color code, and I'll hit OK because I'm actually done. And yeah, that's it. From there I'll take my rectangle tool and I'm going to create this nice rectangle right below the alpha text, just as you're seeing it. So something like this is cool. So then I'll release it like that. It is black and you're not seeing it, so I'll just double click here in this tab though and change the color to white, and we are good. So I'll just move it like that to the top. Okay, So I'm just going to enlarge it, okay, together with the rectangle I have just created, like that, just as you're seeing it. And this is way cool. Okay, just trying to manage the space right there for the other details. All right, guys, I'll take my horizontal type tool again and reduce the size of this guy, but then we're not going to type with this font. Okay, so let's see. So I'll just close this guy right here and just okay, so there's it. I'll take the font Arial like that and change the color to white like this, and we're going to type in the rest of the details, but then with the font style Arial bold, and this is way cool. All right, guys, so I'm just typing in the rest of the details just as you are seeing it, and this is it. All right, guys, so see you right up. And welcome, guys, and we are done with the details. So I'm going to group all of it and name it alpha. So here our focus is on the alpha, so that's it. And oops, okay, so let me change it. I just spelled it wrongly, and I just changed it to alpha, the correct spelling, and we are good to go. From here we are going to add the names of the men of God. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. So all I'm going to do is to take the horizontal type tool and type in the names of the men of God, but I'm going to give this guy a deep color just as you're seeing it, and we are good. So see you after typing the names of the men of God. All right, guys. And welcome, fam, and we are done with the typing of the names of the men of God. So I'll group them as usual, and we are going to target the time. So we are going to take this nice ellipse and create this nice circle right there, okay, at the right side of the page, and I'll give it white for you guys to see. And this is it. This is the circle I am talking of. All right, guys, so from there I'll take another the ellipse tool again and create another circle. Okay, it is black. Why are my shapes coming up black like that? I should have changed the settings to white, but then this is way cool. So create a very small ellipse and position right on top of the first one, and we are good. So I'm going to create another ellipse again, okay, but then this time around I'm going to close the eye of the fill and turn on the eye of the stroke, and that is it. So that's it, and just position it right here on top of what we have already created, just to create this nice design. Okay, that combination of shapes right there, and this is way cool. I'll select all of it and just made it small. I just made it small just as you're seeing it. So here I'm going to type in the time, just as I said earlier on, that this is the time you're going to target. So that's it. I'm just typing in the time with the font Bastro, and just as you're seeing it, so 5 p.m. like that. Okay, so this is it. I'll take my move tool and just close the gap right there like that, and just increase it like this, just as you're seeing it. So just make sure it is at the center of the ellipse it is on, just to get everything well centered like that. Okay, so just bring in the horizontal type tool and type in with the same font Bastro, the sharp, okay, text right there. So that's it. That's more of it. I'll select all and enlarge it so that it fits to the page. Something like this is way cool. All right, guys, just in case you are wondering how to zoom out to fit to the page automatically, just press Ctrl+0 to zoom to fit to the page, and you'll be good. All right, guys. Okay, so from here all we are going to do is to target the date. So we are going to do everything about the date. So I'll take my rounded rectangle tool and just create this nice rounded rectangle right there at the left side at the corner there like that, and just increase the roundness, okay, in the properties, just to something nice, I mean, not order to the fullest, but something cool, and we are good. So we are going to leave it on the stroke. Okay, just make sure to close the eye of the fill and just maintain the stroke, and we are good to go. So that is it. So I'm just adding the time. Okay, actually it is the date, so just added the date, and we are good. I'll group everything about the date, and this is 8. Okay, so the grouping is actually to make it easy to identify like that, so that you guys do not get confused. All right, guys, so I'll take my rounded rectangle again and create this nice rectangle at the corner of the page, just as you're seeing it at the left side, and make it more rounded and just position it right there. This is to make it attractive, so I'll just give it a green color, and that's it. This creates a very nice opening right there, just to catch attention when anyone sees it or views it like that. So cool. From there, I'll bring in this arrow image right there. So it is actually a custom shape in my Photoshop, which I know maybe most of you do not have it. So I just added it into the resources for you guys to make good use of, and that's it. All right, guys, so here all I'm going to do is to make a duplicate of the arrow shape like that. Okay, oops, not that. So this is it. I'll just bring it right here and make sure to flip vertical like that. So this is way cool. All right, guys, so just position it like that and we are good to go. All right, guys, so all we're going to do from here is to create this nice shape at the bottom right corner of the page, okay, with the pen tool. Okay, so I'll just create a new layer and take the pen tool and just create one node here and another node right at the bottom there like that, and stretch it to the left and brush create more nodes around it, just to create this nice shapes like that. Okay, so from there I'll just tilt it just to get it the way I want it. All right, guys, so there's just tilting it to my liking. Okay, I always do this, I don't know why, but not actually in my videos, but then in real time. Okay, so yeah, so I'll give it I guess give it a green color, just as you're seeing it. So I'll just create a new layer and create the same type of shape at the top right corner, just like that, and we are good. All I'm going to do is to add this Holy Spirit dove image onto the page. So I'll go into my resources and bring in this Holy Spirit dove image onto our work like this. Okay, this is it, and that's it. I'll just reduce the size of it and position it right there because I want it to be there. You can put it anywhere, but this is where I want it. So I put the blend mode on screen just to make it pop out. From there, you give it a layer mask, and take your brush tool. Sorry for how my brush tool is appearing once again, fam. I'm really sorry about that. I do not intend to do it, so but then sorry. Peace. All right, guys, so brush up the sharp edges around this Holy Spirit dove and you'll be good. So just to get it like that, and we are good to go. From here, we are going to just add the lights, okay, on the man of God. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to add the light effect. So all I'm going to do is to take the ellipse tool, and here I'm going to create this nice ellipse, not all that big like that. I want it greenish. Okay, so I'll just sample it and just make it a bit light, okay, somewhere to the light like that. Okay, so that's it. I'll position it right at the side of the man of God and go to Gaussian blur and blur it out a bit more. Okay, so yeah, this will load right a bit. It will be good. Okay, so this is it. So we are going to blur it about some pixels that is going to make it very cool. All right, so just gauging the number of pixels and we'll be good. So I think 45 is really nice, and this is it. From there, I'll just position nicely and put blend mode on the nice blend mode that will make it pop out, which is green. Okay, so there's it. From there, I'll just make a duplicate and arrange it on the other man of God, and we are good to go. So this is how you create a nice church flyer on the page. From there, you press Ctrl Shift Alt E just to bring in the overview, and go to filter and camera raw filter to add the effect or on the features like that, just to brighten the colors and to make the design really attractive. So welcome to the end of this video, and I hope this video helped you, and if it did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. I am Simplicity and I'm out. Peace.